Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Timmy. For today's tutorial, we're going to be making this high neck cowl top. If this seems like something you're interested in, do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and let's begin with today's video. For today's tutorial, I'm going to start off by drafting our pattern. From the top of my pattern paper, I'm going to go up by 2 inches. This is going to be the line that we'll use for our built-up neckline. I'll just go ahead and mark all the lines and I'll connect with a ruler. From this line, I'm going to start taking my body measurements. So I'm going to start from this line and I'm going to go ahead and mark my bust point at 10.5, my waist at 16.5, my full length at 21. I'll go ahead and impute the points on the other side of the paper to form a straight line. After marking the points, I'll go ahead and connect with my straight ruler. After getting my lines, I'll go ahead and mark my neck width, which is going to be 3.5, and my neck depth, which is going to be 1.5. Then I'll go ahead and use my curve ruler to connect the points. After connecting the point, I'll go ahead and divide my shoulder measurement by 2. My shoulder measurement is 8. I'll just impute the line there. From this point, I'll go down by 1 inch to form my shoulder slope and I'll connect to my neck width. From this shoulder slope, I'll go ahead and impute my armhole measurement, my bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5. And then I'll go ahead and impute the 8 inch that I have on my shoulder on the chest line as well, just to get a straight line. And I went ahead to also rule out a straight line to form my chest line. Then this is my shoulder measurement, my chest line, my bust, my waist, and my hemline. To form my armhole, I'll divide what I have here into 2. I'll impute the point, then I'll go in by 0.5. Then on my chest line, I'll mark my bust measurement divided by 4, and I'll mark it here. I'll then go ahead and use my curved ruler to connect the points from my shoulder slope down to my chest line to form my armhole. Now I'm going to go up to my neckline to form the built-up neck that we have on the top. I'll go up by 2 inches and I'll mark the point. Then I'm going to go ahead and use my straight ruler to connect the point from the 3.5. Now I'm just going to go ahead and also bring in my curved ruler to form a curve there, just to get the curviness that we have on the neck. So this is all we have. And then now I'm going to start imputing my measurement, my bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 for ease. I'll go ahead and do my bust measurement on the waistline as well, divided by 4 plus 1.5 for ease. Then on my hemline, I went ahead to mark my hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 for ease. I'll then connect the points. Then I'll also go ahead to mark 1 inch allowance for sewing. I'll just go ahead and mark it on my hip line, my bust line, and the chest line, and I'll connect with a straight ruler. So this is what we have. And on the neckline, I'll go ahead and cancel this because we're not going to be making use of it. Now on my shoulder slope, I'll divide what I have there into 3. So I'm going to go ahead and mark 1 inch differences. And then I'm going to go ahead and also rule out my chest line. After ruling out, I'm going to go ahead and connect the points that I have on my shoulder straight to my chest line. This is going to form the slant that we're going to use for the cowl neck. So now we are done with our pattern. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. We're going to be using this pattern to also cut out the back. So we're going to start by cutting out the back first before we proceed to slant our lines. So for the back piece, I went ahead to place my fabric on fold, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add 1 inch for my zipper allowance and 0.5 on the shoulder line, on the armhole, and on the side. And on the bottom, I'll be adding 2 inches. This is just to fold in my raw edges. After marking the points, I'll just go ahead and cut out my fabric. After cutting out, I'm just going to go ahead and notch my zipper allowance, and then I'm just going to go ahead and unpin the pattern paper. Now I'm going to go ahead and slant the lines from the shoulder line. This is to form the cowl neck that we have in the front of the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and slant it open. So for the front piece, we're going to be using the method of slash and spread. I folded my fabric into 2, and then I made sure that the edge of the pattern paper is on fold, and I just went ahead to pin it down. After pinning down, I'm just going to go ahead and slash open the shoulder line, leaving in 1 inch in between just to form the cowl neck. I'll go ahead and repeat the process until I'm satisfied with what I have. And on this edge where I have my armhole, I'm just going to go ahead and slash open the chest line. So after slashing, this is what I have. I went ahead to pin down all my pieces, and then I'm going to go ahead and add 2 inch on the bottom for hemming, and then on the side I'm going to add 0.5. On the armhole I'll add 0.5. On the shoulder line 0.5. On the neckline as well I'll add 0.5. I'll then go ahead to cut out my front piece. Now that I'm done, I'll also go ahead to cut out a facing for both my front piece and my back piece. I'll just go ahead and fold my material into 2. I'll place them on the edge, and I'll go ahead. I'll cut out exactly what I have, but I'll be stopping on the bust line. So this will be my facing for the front. I'll go ahead and cut for the back as well. I went ahead to place my back pieces, and then I folded a fabric and I placed my back piece on it, and I'm going to cut out from the neckline and stop by the chest line. Once I'm done cutting all my facing, I'm going to go ahead and unpin my pieces, and I'm going to start joining. So on the edges of my shoulder, I went ahead to pin my facing to my main piece. I'm going to go ahead and stitch the neckline, leaving out the shoulder line. That is what I demonstrated. I'm going to go ahead and stitch the neckline, the armhole, but I'm going to leave the shoulder. For the back piece, I'm going to go ahead and stitch the neckline and the back and also the sides, but I'll leave the shoulder line. After stitching, I just went ahead to notch all my edges, and then I'm going to flip it over and give it a good press. I repeat the same thing for the front, and then I'm going to go ahead and give it a good press. After ironing, I also went ahead to insert my zipper. So this is what I have. The next thing is to join my front piece to the back piece. So one thing you're going to notice is that the front piece is a bit longer than the back piece on the shoulder. This is because we're going to be pleating in the shoulder line of the front into the back. So now I'm going to be placing my fabric right sides facing each other. Then I'm going to go ahead and take one piece of my shoulder and I'll open it up. And I'll also take the edge of my shoulder line on the back and I'll go ahead and use it to flip it over to close the shoulder. After this turning, I'm just going to go ahead and pleat in my front shoulder to my back shoulder. So I'm going to go ahead and pleat them in this way. After pleating, I'll make sure that I stop my pleating where the neckline stops, which is on this edge that I'm pointing at. And from that point, I'll actually be stitching with a straight line. So I'm going to go ahead and pleat my front piece to my back piece. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my pin to hold it down. After getting my preferred pleat, I went ahead to stitch by 1/2 inch on my neckline and my shoulder line. I'll just go ahead and flip it over. So after flipping over, this is what I have on the shoulder line. And this is how my piece look. And now I'm going to go ahead and join my sides. So I'll be facing my fabric right sides facing each other. And then once it's straight, I'll go ahead and stitch the sides. I'm going to be stitching the side by the allowance that we left, which is 1/2 inch. I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Then lastly, I'm going to go ahead and fold in the bottom of my top, and that will be all for this tutorial. I hope this tutorial was helpful. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.